Let's go hands-on with Patek. Welcome back everyone to another episode, and today I have the great pleasure of presenting the Patek Philippe Novelties to you. I had the opportunity to visit the booth. Shout out Romain and his colleague for showing me all the watches. He did a fantastic job and I really enjoyed it. The first watch I'd like to talk about is the 5270. This 5270 comes with this amazing green fumé dial. It's a very cool watch. It's a perpetual calendar with chronograph function. It's just an amazing looking watch, and overall Patek is doing a fantastic job in trying out different things and generating a new younger audience for their watches. They discontinued the previous model which had a salmon dial. There's no need to be sad about it because this green dial is amazing. So the next watch that I'd like to talk about is the 5320. The 5320 is also a perpetual calendar but has an automatic movement compared to the 5270, which has a hand-wound movement. It has this fantastic dial layout that I personally really like about the Patek watches, with the day and month windows on top and everything else on the bottom. The dial looks very clean. You can easily read the time, which sometimes is very difficult on these perpetual calendar watches. What I also really like about this particular watch is the color of the dial. It's this salmonish dial color, let's put it like that. This has great utility when it comes to styling as well. You can easily dress this watch up or down, and I feel that especially the salmon color is a very neutral color as well that can go with many different kinds of other colors. Next up, I have the two, how do we call them? Two surprise guests of the Patek Novelties. Well, not really, but they were definitely the talking pieces of the Patek Novelties that were presented. The watches that I'd like to talk about are the 5326 and the 5226. Both of these watches are very new. Both of these watches are in the Calatrava line, and both of these watches have this amazing textured charcoal gray dial with the beige indices. Both of these watches also have beige lume, which looks amazing to say the least. So the 5326 not only has a annual calendar function, but it also has a world time function. And this is achieved by a completely new movement that was developed by Patek. Usually the world time watches, they have external pushers on the case, but the pushers to operate both the annual calendar and the world time are integrated into the case. Also to note here, one of the cool things about this particular watch is that you can change the date both moving forwards and moving backwards, enabling you, for example, if you're moving into a new time zone where potentially the date is also moving forward or backward, depending on where you're going, you have the opportunity, if you go back to your home place, you can either move the date forward or move the date backward. Concerning the 5226, which is the more basic Calatrava, this watch has no particular functionality other than the time and the date. There's something to note here as well. Patek did a fantastic job, because there's one thing that I dislike about date discs is if they have a contrasting color compared to the dial. And Patek did a great job in making the date disc in black, so it matches with the charcoal gray dial. Therefore, it's not very disturbing when you look at the watch. Moreover, you see this beautiful textured dial. The last watch I'd like to talk about from the novelties of Patek is the 5231 World Time watch. This particular watch is truly amazing, because for me personally, having a World Time watch with the enamel dial on my wrist to try on, to touch and to feel is just honestly a dream come true. I love these watches, I adore them, and I hope that someday in the future I can have one of these in my personal collection. So this particular model features the classic enamel dial that is featured in these particular world time watches. The landscape that is featured here is Oceania and Southeast Asia. Another cool thing about this particular watch is the case size. It has a case size of 38.5 millimeters. And what I find amazing is that they can put this world time functionality in such a small case, therefore making this watch a very wearable, also not super noticeable piece that can easily slip under your cuff. So overall, to conclude, I personally really liked all the novelties that were presented from Patek. What I really like are the platinum models, of course, because they have this beautiful diamond in the case, and I just really find this Easter egg fantastic, what Patek does. However, my personal highlight of the particular models that I was talking about today is going to be the 5326, just because of the very cool textured dial and the functionality being the annual calendar and travel time. Also, I think that Patek did a fantastic job catering to a new, younger audience with particularly these two Calatrava models that have the textured dial. Nice move from Patek to create watches that are geared to this younger audience. I really enjoyed it. Let me know which of the models that I presented is the model that you personally really like. Also, feel free to subscribe. It would be amazing if you do. It doesn't hurt you and it really helps me. So therefore, just do me the favor and subscribe. Thank you. Watches and Wonders was amazing. I enjoyed it thoroughly and I hope I can go back very soon, meet all my friends and see amazing watches, and therefore create more content around this fantastic topic. That being said, as usual, if you feel like it, put a thumbs up. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.